Commissioner Adams,
Here.
Commissioner Kong,
Here.
Commissioner Leffel, Commissioner Lopez, Commissioner Oglesby,
Here.
Vice Chair Craig,
Here.
and Chair Gorley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Honorable Poitras is going to address us under public comments, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will be very brief. As you are aware, my final term as board president of the Monterey County Regional Fire District came to an end in March of this year. It was under circumstances beyond my control that I decided to retire rather than seek another four-year term, and thus no longer eligible to serve as a special district representative with Monterey County LAFCO. During my last visit, I mentioned an important observation I made during my years on the commission: the importance of having someone from the fire service as a LAFCO commissioner. Wildfire has the potential to devastate the lives and property of everyone living in Monterey County. The many fire districts in our county should have representation on this body and to ensure their interests are considered when the commission makes decisions. I am gratified that my replacement is also a member of the board of the Monterey County Regional Fire District. I have considerable respect for Chad Linney, who I've known since he became a district board member 5 years ago. I congratulate him on his election and have no doubt he will faithfully represent the interests, not just of the fire service, but all special districts and every citizen of our county as a LAFCO commissioner. I also congratulate all the special districts that so wisely selected Chad as my successor. They will undoubtedly be well served. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is anybody on Zoom waving their hand at us?
Chair, no hands are raised on Zoom.
Okay, no, seeing nobody else in the chambers under public comment. Under special business, consider a resolution declaring 2024 selection results of the Independent Special District Selection Committee for a LAFCO regular member representative.
Thank you. Jonathan will give presentation.
According to our bylaws and CKH, we've gone through a selection process for the special district member on LAFCO. The results of that, there were 2 nominations, and the election, after the election process, there is one selected with the majority of the votes, and that is special district member Chad Lindley from Monterey County Regional Fire District. So today, those are the election results that this item would, the commission would adopt. And that's the staff recommendation.
Thank you. Do we have any comment from the public on Zoom?
Chair, no hands are raised.
Okay, I'm going to look to Mary Ann for a motion.
Chair, I'm happy to move that we, let's see, what we do. Oh, red is on. I was like, I haven't seen this one before. I would love to move that we seat Mr. Chad Lindley as a representative of the special districts for Monterey County on LAFCO.
And I'll second the motion. All those in favor? Oh, we need a roll call vote, I believe.
Yes, through the chair,
Yes.
and I guess included in there is to adopt a resolution?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Vice Chair Craig.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you. Welcome, Chad. If you want to come forward, we'll swear at you.
Here.
That had. Yep, okay. Still, that's on the plan. There you go. Do you, Chad Lindley, solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that you will take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter?
I do.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chad. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's hold on. Yeah. Okay. We'll now move on to a special business item. Select the LAFCO Chair and Chair Pro Tem for a period ending May of 2025. Do we have a staff report on that?
Yes, thank you. And again, Jonathan will provide this report.
In our bylaws, LAFCO of Monterey County has adopted a rotation of chair. Typically, the vice chair will assume the chair position, and that's annually at this May meeting. So the current rotation would be for the city member, current vice chair, to assume the role of chair. And in the next cycle, the cycle for vice chair would be the county member. So it's up to the commission to make these decisions, but that's in our bylaws, the rotation.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and select or see if we have a nomination. Do we have a nomination?
I move that we nominate Commissioner Kimberly Craig for the chair of LAFCO for 2024 through the 25-year season.
I'd like to second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindy,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, do we have, I'm going to let you do the nomination for vice.
What happened? Did we vote? We just voted? Yeah. Is that all right? Good. A motion?
Just say aye. It's not wasting time here.
Hang on.
Thank you, Commissioner.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Appreciate the unanimous vote. That's a surprise. Hi. All right, we'll go on to the second portion of the agenda item to elect a chair pro tem, and I'll seek nominations. Needs to be a county member.
Well, all right, this is one county member here, so, and that's fine. I would nominate, and we didn't get nobody else we didn't get no documentation, nobody else sent in anything?
Wendy's absent. She couldn't make it back over to the meeting, so she has an excused absence. She did say that she did have interest in being the vice chair, along with Commissioner Lopez.
With the chair's permission, I would like to address my colleague, Mayor Oglesby. As much as I very much appreciate your nomination and consideration of me as chair, as vice chair, I would respectfully decline and instead ask if we could please, I would like to nominate Chair Wendy Rudascu, Supervisor Rudascu, for the position of vice chair.
All right, so there's a motion. Do we have a second?
I would, go ahead, Chair. No, go ahead. Chair.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion on the item? Okay, seeing none, please do a roll call vote.
Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley, Commissioner Leffel,
Yeah.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
and Commissioner Craig. I did call Commissioner Lindley.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. I think we got that handled. Great job. Okay, we'll move on. We're going to go on to the consent agenda. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items on consent. Would any member of LAFCO like to pull an item for discussion or separate vote?
No, but I'll move consideration of the consent.
Second.
Okay, we'll go out to the public. Any member of the public wish to comment on the item for any item on consent?
Chair Craig, no hands are raised on Zoom.
All right, with that, we'll close discussion and close public comment. We'll go back for a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye. Excellent, thank you. On to the new business item, consider a draft of a comprehensive policies and procedures manual and recommended actions. So we have a report from Kate.
Yes, thank you, Chair Craig. And this report will be provided by Jonathan.
Chair Craig and Commissioners, this item, I'll take you back to the year 2000, where there were changes in LAFCO state law, the Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg Act, and that resulted in LAFCO needing to become an independent agency administratively from the county. And as part of that, to function as a independent unit of government as an agency, LAFCO hired its own staff, rented its own office, and adopted its own policies and procedures, administrative ones, accounting ones, financial ones. And so this item is part of that continuation of LAFCO's independence. We're bringing those policies together all into one comprehensive policies and procedures manual. So those administrative policies and financial policies were adopted separately at various times since the year 2000. We've brought them together into their own chapters. The HR policies were a complete set that was adopted by the Commission in 2018. And throughout our years as a Commission, our sphere of influence and changes of organization policies have been their own complete set of policies as well. So we brought those 4 chapters together for this item. And this is also in follow-up to our annual work program tasks to compile the administrative and financial policies into their own chapters. We've worked with Liebert, Cassidy, and Whitmore, our special HR legal team, to review the HR policies and these administrative and financial policies. We brought in updates that are required by state law. One example is there is now a requirement this year for a workplace violence prevention program. So that's been brought into our administrative policies. There have been certain HR updates since last adoption. Those have been updated as well. There have been no changes to our sphere of influences and changes of organization policies since our adoption of the change for the new ag mitigation guidelines back in February. The only changes there have been the numbering of chapters and sections to match the rest of the manual. We've brought this to review before the Budget and Finance Committee on May 6th, received direction from the committee, made those requested changes, and we're bringing it forward to the Commission today for your review and consideration. We do have special legal counsel from Liebert, Cassidy, and Whitmore on Zoom. Yesenia Carrillo is the legal counsel on Zoom. So if there are questions that are HR in nature, we can help answer those questions, and staff and general counsel are here to help with other questions.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll go ahead and defer. Does anyone on Budget and Finance Committee want to make a comment on it prior to going out to the board?
I would just say that we had a pretty healthy discussion on one section of it, and my fellow commissioners allowed me to work with Mr. Brinkman on it, and the change that we had requested is in the policy as it's presented. So we are endorsing it coming forward.
Okay. Any member of the commission wish to comment on this item? Questions? All right, seeing none, I'll go out to the public. Any member of the public wish to comment on this item?
Chair Craig, no hands are raised on Zoom.
Okay. We'll come back for final comments and action from this board.
I would move that we approve the comprehensive policy and procedures manual as presented.
All right.
I'll second that.
Excellent. Motion made by Commissioner Leffel, seconded by Commissioner Gorley. Call for a roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye. Excellent. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. On to item 13, under new business, consider business items for the 2024 annual conference of the LAFCO commissions, and we will receive an executive officer's report.
Thank you, Chair Craig. And once again, Jonathan will provide the staff report.
Chair Craig and commissioners, it's this usually around this time of year, we come forward with business items for the annual conference by LAFCO. So we have a number of actions for the commission to consider today. The first action is to authorize attendance of staff and commissioners who express an interest in attending the conference. It is at Yosemite, it's the Tenaya Lodge in Yosemite on October 16th through 18th. So that's still several months away, but we need that authorization to go forward with registrations and with reserving hotel rooms, things of that nature. The next action item is associated with the conference. We designate regular and alternative voting delegates. So our recommendation today is to authorize the chair as the delegate and the vice chair as the backup delegate, the alternate delegate, or the executive officer if we don't have an alternate. And then we also have two more action items. One is to nominate one of our commissioners for election to the LAFCO board. Currently, Commissioner Supervisor Rudescu serves as the LAFCO board member, and her term is expiring this fall. She has expressed an interest in continuing, so to move forward her nomination for election to the commission, to the board of directors of LAFCO. That's staff's recommendation. And then finally, the last item is to nominate Monterey LAFCO for 2 LAFCO awards. The first is to nominate our commission. Staff's recommending nominating our commission for the Mike Gotch Excellent in Public Service Award for protection of agriculture and open space lands and prevention of urban sprawl. We'd like to nominate the commission for its work and completing the ag mitigation guidelines that was adopted last February. We believe that it's definitely worthy and qualifies for that award as being innovative, being protective of ag lands and preservation of ag lands. And finally, we also have a staff recommendation to nominate our executive officer for the Lifetime Achievement Award. Her 20 years of service ensure that she qualifies for that, along with her continued and excellent efforts in LAFCO as an organization, receiving multiple awards back in 2011 and 2014. Her continued efforts to provide ongoing education to LAFCO professionals, new professionals, old professionals alike. And we believe she qualifies for this award. And so those are our recommendations to the commission for your consideration.
All right, I'll come to the commission for questions. Any member of the commission have a question on the items?
Madam Chair, I do.
Yep.
So we've got, if I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want each nomination separate or do you?
I
want
just
them-
asked question of county council. They said it can be done. If it's all in, if we're in agreement with the staff recommendation, it can be done in one vote.
Okay. So I would say that I am in agreement with the staff recommendation and I'm prepared to make a.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Leffel, seconded by Commissioner Corley. We'll go on for further questions or comment. I'll look to the commission. All right, seeing none, I'll go out to the public. Any member of the public wish to comment on this item?
Chair Craig, no hands are raised.
Okay, none in the chambers. We'll go ahead and close public comment. Come back for final comments and action. So look to my commission. Seeing no one, we'll go ahead and call for a roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on to public hearings. Item 14, continued public hearing from February 22nd, 2021 to consider resolution on the dissolution of the Fort Ord Reuse Authority. And
Thank you.
I was going to say, is it you doing it or is it Jonathan?
Jonathan
All
again.
right, maybe
This
we
is
could
his
put
day.
it's Jonathan's report on here. It's the Jonathan Brinkman Show.
It
Welcome.
really is.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. This item is returning to the Commission as a continued public hearing. It came to the Commission first in June of 2020. It's been continued several times. The reasons for those continuations were primarily due to concerns about funding of FORA's CalPERS termination liability and concerns about some ongoing FORA-related litigation. Now, these administrative items are completed litigation. There's no ongoing litigation with FORA related to FORA. LAFCO settled, was involved in settlement of one litigation matter that we were named in addition to FORA. And then there's also been a settlement on a litigation matter with the California Native Plant Society in the city of Delray Oaks. That was settled in June of 2023. So essentially, there's no more litigation. LAFCO did receive funds to protect LAFCO against these litigation matters. We signed an agreement with FORA in 2019 and received $500,000 in funds to defend LAFCO on any FORA litigation matters. Since there are no litigation matters, according to the agreement, we're to return those funds when they're no longer needed. LAFCO also received $100,000 to help LAFCO through the administrative oversight of wind-up FORA's affairs by others, primarily Monterey County. The County of Monterey has completed those tasks. So essentially, there's no more oversight of tasks. The only remaining tasks are to distribute funds in accordance with agreements. So the County of Monterey holds funds as well. That is their final task that remains. Our funds are held. We currently have, of the $600,000 that we initially received, we have $385,000 approximately that remains. So part of this resolution is to to direct or authorize staff to provide those funds as provided in those agreements. Our indemnification agreement is to provide those funds equally to the 5 agencies. That's the County of Monterey, cities of Seaside, Marina, and Delray Oaks, and City of Monterey. So this is before the commission for your action on this. I just wanted to note here that we have coordinated with the attorneys for those 5 agencies. We did not receive any comments from them to make changes on the resolution. We heard back from 2 of those agencies, and the other 3 we did not hear back from. We also distributed this staff report and resolution to agencies that have boundaries with the former Fort Ord territory. We received 1 question from 1 agency. That was the Marina Coast Water District. We answered their question. So we believe that this item is ready for your review and consideration today. So thank you.
Excellent. We'll come to the commission for questions. Any member of the commission wish to make comments or questions, excuse me?
Jonathan, just looking at the balance sheet of April 30th, so it's about 405,000 total between the 2 accounts that's remaining?
Yes, I think that's approximately correct. However, our general counsel and staff time for this most recent month has not been applied to that balance.
All right, so it'll be something slightly less than that.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for staff?
I think Mayor Oglesby should make this motion since he's so happy to be getting the money.
Mayor Oglesby, Commissioner Oglesby.
Thank you so much. I move a staff recommendation.
Second.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Oglesby, seconded by Commissioner Leffel, and we'll go out to the public. Does any member of the public wish to comment on this item?
No hands are raised on Zoom,
All
Chair.
right, and no one in the chambers. We'll go ahead and close public comment. Come back for final comments. All right, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go on to our next item, consider an amendment to LAFCO's schedule of fees and deposits. And I'm going to guess it's Jonathan Brinkman.
It is.
All right, go for it, Jonathan.
Thank you, Chair Craig and Commissioners. On this last item, on the business items, this is for a public hearing on consideration of our LAFCO fee schedule. So one of our annual work program tasks is to review and update our LAFCO fee schedule as needed. So it's been 2 years since our previous review. And LAFCO costs have risen since that time. So we are recommending, based on our actual costs, an increase of our analyst hourly rate from $171 per hour to $186 per hour. And that's primarily to reflect our increase in costs of our staff time in processing applications. And then we're also recommending an increase to our fee schedule deposits by 7.6%, which has been the consumer price index increase over the last 2 years. We're recommending that increase for all the deposits, with one exception to our deposit for annexations of 25 acres or more. We're recommending a 20% increase. And that's just based on our actual experience. At times we'll request additional funds as needed since these are deposits. And that has been the one deposit that is most common that will ask for additional funds. So we're asking for a larger increase on that fee deposit. We've also changed the fee schedule to be consistent with the Commission's direction last February with adoption of the new ag mitigation guidelines. That's to include an appeal fee. So we've added the appeal fee to the description of our reconsideration or motion for reconsideration fee. We think the two are equivalent in amount of effort. So that's to bring in consistency with previous direction by the Commission. We've shared this report with the cities and special districts in the county. We have not received any comments at this point. And we have also published the public notice in the Bonner County Weekly for this hearing. So staff recommends the Commission to consider and adopt a resolution to amend our fee schedule. And staff is available if you have any questions.
Excellent. Okay, I'll go to the Commission. Any member of the Commission have questions on this item?
I was trying to figure out how San Luis Obispo only had $85 what's the reason for that? Or just out of curiosity, not out of that I don't think we need it?
Yeah, I don't know the specific reason for that, other than they may have a reduced calculation on their overhead, or they may not be looking at total cost recovery. It's possible that they just are not including a lot of their overhead costs in their fee.
Chair Leffler.
We talked about this at Budget and Finance, and one of the things we talked about is that there's a considerable amount of staff time that is spent getting to the point where something is actually submitted, and that there is no fee that is charged during all of that run-up time, whether it's 6 months or 5 years or however, 20 years, however long it is. So we felt like these fees are in line once something gets submitted, that it's a fair fee to recover some of our costs, because we have no other place to recover money except other than our county, 12 cities, and the 46 districts. So this makes it, we believe, more fair to put it where the work is.
Okay. And that was discussed in Budget and Finance.
It was.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? All right, I'll go out to the public. Does any member of the public wish to comment on this item?
Chair Craig, no hands are raised on Zoom.
Okay, and no one in chambers. We'll go ahead and close public comment. Come back for action from this commission.
I would move that we amend our LAFCO schedule fees and deposits with the staff recommendation.
I'll second that. Thank you.
Motion made by Commissioner Leffel, seconded by Commissioner Adams. Call for the vote, please.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Adams,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley, Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindley,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
and Chair Craig.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. All right, we will go on. We have executive officers' communications.
Thank you, Chair. I have no announcements today.
Okay, and we'll go on to commissioner comments. Any member of the commission?
Yes, I would like to congratulate our newest commissioner, Chad Lindley, on the great job he did down at the fair, bringing in all the ribbons. So award-winning hogs that he had. And I believe it was a grand champion and reserve grand champion, or 2 grand champions.
Grand champion and reserve grand champion.
So congratulations.
My daughter being grand and my son being reserve grand. So
Can we hear more?
I was going to say, hopefully you can bring that skill set to LAFCO here. So great job. All right, with that, we will go ahead and move on to closed session. Does any member of the public wish to comment on closed session?
Chair Craig, no hands are raised on Zoom.
Okay, and none in the chambers. We'll go ahead and close public comment. We'll go on to closed session items pursuant to Code Section 54957 and Government Code 54956.9D1. We'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Hold on, just a moment, Chair, just a moment. If I may.
Oh,
Through the
yeah,
chair-
'cause
through
you're
the chair.
not-
No,
okay,
it's two,
yes.
there's 2 things.
of course.
I wanted to congratulate our outgoing chair, but you were talking about, was it hogs, award-winning hogs? And I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Should the new commissioner fatten up LAFCO and put us out?
Just the chair, that's all I'm talking about.
Okay. But of course, congratulate the new commissioner, but I want to make sure we congratulate our outgoing chair for his service and his commitment to LAFCO and leading us through the last year, which we needed your leadership underneath. And then I would say, of course, for me, I won't be for the second part, which includes the legal issues with the water district. So I won't be in that part of closed session.
Excellent. Okay, and Commissioner Adams.
Thank you. I want to thank Commissioner Gurley as well. I feel like you run a really good meeting, and it was enjoyable working with you, even though it was somewhat attenuated. But thank you again for the time that you've put in, your service, and your always graciousness.
Thank you.
And I will also echo my colleague, and I will be able to attend the very first item of closed session, but I will recuse myself and leave for the second item.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. I recognize I have big work boots to fill, so I appreciate the hard work that you've done. We'll go ahead and adjourn for closed session. Thank you.
Don't drive up in a big truck.
All right, we are going to reconvene and we will have roll call, please.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Gorley, Commissioner Leffel,
Here.
Commissioner Lindley,
Here.
Commissioner, I'm sorry, Chair Craig.
Here.
Thank you.
Excellent. And we'll have a readout from LAFCO General Counsel. Reed.
Thank you, Chair. No reportable action at this evening's closed session.
Excellent. So that means we are adjourning. Our next regular LAFCO meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 24th at 3 p.m. at the Monterey County Government Center. Thank you for joining us. Meeting